All right, Cornelius, welcome to Drinking While Sober. I have a few questions. This is about how do you invest in you? So the first question is, how did you invest in you? So tell me about that.
Well, I think that it's funny. It's a very funny question about how you invest in you because I think that when you think about you or ourself, it's so many elements of ourself, right? I think one of the things that I learned from taking Gary J. White he had a warrior movement out in California about how to have it all, right? And he kind of breaks it down to ourselves in kind of four different things, right? Our body, our being, our balance, and our business. Now so we try to invest in them every day. For example, my body. I try to work. I try to do something of exercise, something physical every day, right? You get the body movement, so much exercise, so forth. But also the second part of that is actually what I put in my body, what I'm eating, what I'm drinking, right? Invest in myself because
Yes.
of I rather have health is wealth, right? I rather have a good health without all the fame and love and out there. I rather have a healthy body to actually to enjoy,
You right
right?
about that.
Second thing is our being, right? This is kind of like the spiritual side of it, right? Take time to meditate, take time to think about, take this moment to talk to God or what have you. Take a moment, and like I say, like I'm from Georgia, Southern Baptist and so forth, and it's like one of the short verses in the Bible is what Jesus wept, right? Then later on he say
Mm-hmm.
God. Then he say what God I thank you for hearing me that I pray. Like when did he pray? It was praying in that weeping. That wealth is him praying. So it's like just taking time to pray to your creator or taking time to yourself and figure out investing in yourself. And the second part of that is actually writing down the things that you actually learn. A lot of people talk about journaling and so forth, but just
Yes.
recording, like recording our thoughts, our dreams, just kind of like reflection, like, dude, that it was good to me. Now I apply in life now, right? Just kind of learning to listen to ourselves now and listen to what we hear, right? The third thing is our balance. This is like our friends and our family, right? How I'm investing in them and how they investing in me, right? Some people
Mm-hmm.
don't invest in me the way I want to invest in it, so I kind of cut them away from it. Or people who are found people who I want to be around, like joining networking groups, joining meetup groups, joining podcasts, and really kind of invest in me, my balance of my surroundings. And last thing is our business, right? Our business is kind of coming two folds. I look at how I work in my business, how I work on my business. So
Yes.
what are the things I'm learning every day to actually propel me forward, right? And then I get in my business. What can I do today to actually make me go forward, right? How can I do another outreach? How can I get more clients, more people, more money, what have it is, and then also the
Yes.
strategy as well. So every day I try to do those like the core four, he call it, try to focus on those four things, right? My body, beings, balance, and my business.
Yes, it's always hard for me to go to sleep at night because I have so much stuff on my brain. And they say just
Yeah,
write it down. But even when
yeah,
I write it down, I start like actually working on it. So I
yeah.
need to just jot down everything and not actually work on it. So I like the journaling portion that you said. And you spoke about your businesses. So can you tell my listeners about your business and how did you get there? I know you have two businesses. One is to help people capital raise, and then
Yep.
you also invest in multifamily. So can
Okay.
you elaborate on that?
Yeah. So real quick, I'm gonna go Clay, real quick, go back real quick. You say about journaling. Like one thing of me, journaling is hard for me by writing down. So what I learned to do is just take my phone and start recording my thoughts and start talking to myself as I walk and then listen to it. I think that kind
Hmm.
of helped me out because journaling is like, dude, write down so forth, my mind racing time so forth. I just brought phone out, press record, start talking to myself, listening to that. Like in that way, keep my phone, no one knows about it, but I have it there for record. My business. Um, my business kind of came from, I guess, in life, our mess become our message, right? So I came from the single family background where trying to figure things out, right? I say my story kind of came from me kind of being in a place of waking up, looking in the mirror, like, dang man, I thought I'd be further along in life than where I was, right? I didn't like my job. My marriage wasn't going the way I do it. I feel like I wasn't being the father I was to my children. I'm trying to figure out how to get a lifestyle that we all wanted, right?
Yes.
I tell everybody that I went to my two G's. I went to God, and God sent me to Google, and I started Googling, and I started just like Googling, like trying to get this lifestyle that I'm looking for. And in that process, it kind of led me to a 3-day workshop about path investing in multifamily, right?
Yes.
So my plan was not to buy anything at all. It was like we're not buying anything. We're gonna go get information we know and bring back all the other books and programs that we bought before. That was the plan.
Yeah.
And it's funny because like I think like the third day we sitting up cracking jokes. Everybody know each other, cracking jokes, and so forth. So he came to third. They kind of did his whole pitch and so forth. And I remember like he doing his pitch, and I remember thinking about, okay, tell the testimonies. Okay, she did it. I see how it works, so forth. Okay, I see how it worked for me, and so forth. And I said, okay, I see how the people, so forth. I get it. Then I said, okay, God, before he say the price, just give me a sign. Give me a sign for me or not, right? And he said, and the guy said, you can have all this for this price here. And I looked at that price, I said, thank you, God, that price is not for me. I like, that's not for me. That's take my sign.
Amen.
I start, like, okay, it's not for price. I started laughing, so forth. I looked at my wife, and she was just crying, just bawling, like she was just sad, like just crying, because like she was like, she really thought like she like, I thought this was the way for us to finally have the lifestyle we wanted. Like, we're not putting out bandit signs. We're not doing, I'm missing, trying to work up late, trying to miss out, trying to hustle all the time. Like, I thought this was actually the promised land. And, I'm trying to be the man, like, hey, okay, come on, babe. No, come on. Come on now. Come on. So, we actually went outside and talked for a minute. Then I went to the guy and said, hey, man, look, I got to pay and play out something else. He said, well, he looked at me for a minute and said, well, we don't have the down package. We have something called the gold package. I'm like, okay, gold package. I can do gold package. Say this price here, got your payment plans, and say like low price. So I got my own credit card, like all the little money I have in my account, right? So I look credit card and took it. Like, gotcha, I got it. But he said, wait, it don't come with everything. We got to do lots of your work yourself. No problem, all. Give me a patient, I'll do it. Mm-hmm. Then after I paid, he brought a box of books out. I'm like, books? Like, dude, some books? I'm like, this books? Like this. At the time, it's too late to get my money back like this. Books like this. Oh, shucks, books. And like, dude, like, what a login password? What is stuff? He brought books. I'm like, okay, gotcha. I said, I got it. Well, got it. I guess this is my way. So I went home and kind of read through all the books, all the programs, and did all the watched the video, so forth. And it seemed very simple. It seemed all you had to do is find a good deal, underwrite it, and raise capital to close it. I was like, great. Sounds simple, great. So I spent weeks, even months, talking to brokers, sellers, and so forth, trying to find the right deal. Then I spent hours underwriting with software, spreadsheets, trying to make sure that the deal worked. Then I'll go out and raise capital, go to meetup groups, call my friends and family, trying to raise capital. And what happened was nothing, right? I got a deal on contract, but then trying to raise capital, like, oh crap, but then I couldn't raise enough capital. And what happened was I had to cancel my contract. The brokers kind of like blacklist me. They went on my phone calls no more. And I'm like, this dude, what happened? Like, I thought I followed footwork, but we laughed, but I was doing those systems like find a good deal and the money will follow. That's what I was doing, but it didn't work. It didn't work that way. So like this, down my depressed, like how to make this thing work, right? Like what did I do wrong?
Yes.
I think one day I was actually like on Facebook one day scrolling so forth. I seen this guy had a post that said, hey, I think this kind of country a couple of years ago, barely speaking English, and now we're closing on 3,000 unit portfolios and so forth. I'm like this, who this guy is? Like what he doing? I'm not doing it, right? Like so I click his profile and like he looks like a new deal like every other month. I'm like, this dude, what are you doing? Like what are you doing differently? And so he had a little link saying, "I'm my partner best thing, call me so forth." So I hop on the link so forth. And I remember for the phone call, all prepared, like, gotcha, let's do it. He might give me the gold for the phone call.
Yeah.
I remember first thing he said, so Corneilous, what do you do? Like, what do I do? Man, look at him. I'm a real estate agent. I can find property so forth. I bought the software so I can underwrite property very fast. And I got a mail group so I can raise capital so forth. Like, look at me, right? And he said, like he wasn't impressed. I'm like this. So what do you do? And he said, well, Corneilous, you understand, multifamily is a true team sport. Find something you enjoy, become good at that, and you partner with those who are good at what they do. When he said that, like one of them old Batmans, like one of them, I'm like I knew it, but I wasn't doing it. And I'm like, this dude, like, why? That's true. Why I want to do it? So I said, gotcha. I'm about to focus on strictly on one thing. What can I be good at, right? What's work we've been good at? So I focus on raising capital. And one of the things I created was an online platform where people can like Shark Tank, where people can come. Like the idea was actually for me to raise capital and partner with people who had deals. But however, as the show started growing, it allows me to partner more people, and the audience was my ability to raise capital. So I basically partner people. So I created a platform where anybody can invest. Well, it's coming. It gets to a point legally. Get to a point where anybody can come to the show, analyze the deals, and they can invest in deals that on the platform. And now I became,
Okay.
and that's how. So what is this? That's how I became a fund manager because of the platform. People come to the show, they invest in the fund, and the fund invest in the deal to allow you to get in bigger deals at lower threshold. You don't have to be a credit or a credit investor.
That's so smart because people always like, oh, let me find the deal. Let me find the deal. You found a deal, you got the LOI accepted. Next thing you know, what's next? You should
Correct.
always be raising capital, but people don't
Correct.
think about that. They just focus on deal, deal, deal. Once you get the
Yeah.
deal, LOI accepted, you're like, what's next?
Yeah.
So we need people like you.
Yeah, I'm like, you don't go grocery shopping without saying what kind of money in the bank, right? Like,
Right.
you go grocery line, like, it's time to pay. Let me check my account real
Oh,
quick.
hold on. I gotta look to see what I got. Hold on.
Let me put all that stuff back. You know, we don't really need those. We don't need no Oreos. We don't need all
I
that
gotta
food
put
right
some
now.
on it, okay? So, how did multifamily change your life? Like, since you have this incredible story and raising all this capital, how did multifamily change your life? Was your wife just so excited? Your family so excited?
I think what really changed my life was really the mindset of it because I grew up in government housing. I grew up in the PJs, the project. I mean, how you want to call it, but back then, you didn't
Yeah,
see it as that. And it opened my mind because of back then it was always us versus the landlord, right? It was
that's
us.
true.
It was us trying to make do and avoid landlord. But then as I got older, I realized that the landlord is just another family guy trying to make money. So he trying to avoid his own landlord. So it's a cycle.
Right.
So I never understood like these are actually people, and actually we can own this stuff. It can be ours. And that kind of opened my mind to like these like if they can do it, I can do it too. And to see people that wasn't smarter than me, wasn't better than me, wasn't willing to outwork me or no or do more research for me to see that them doing it. I like this dude. If they can do it, I can do it too. And I think that ability to kind of create the leverage of being able to have to do something like that and have something a bigger scale, right? It's like there's
Yeah.
really just the mindset of something like I didn't think that it was actually possible. I just thought it was like just a system that's how it worked and go for it. But then look at it now like this. Wow, this is what it's all about, and kind of seeing the wizard behind the Wizard of Oz, like seeing the true wizard, like seeing how it really works.
Yes.
Like this. Okay, now I see now what else is possible, right? What else thing I don't? What else thing my beliefs is holding me back?
Yes, because you're capable. Once you put your mind to something, you're capable of doing anything. Like a lot of times, it's you who stop yourself from being successful because you think that you don't know, like, oh, I can do it. But you
Yeah,
really can do it if you put forth the work and want to try to do it, you
yeah.
know?
And we don't know what we don't know. And it's surprising to hear that sometimes, right? To actually see that, to really live that sometimes, because we're built to protect ourselves.
Yes. If you can give your younger self, some advice, what would it be? Like the younger you.
Well, it's funny because I find it as twofold, right? One, I would say anything worth doing is worth doing well. So it means that find something that's worth doing, right? So I mean because I say like and so and with that said, I understand like it's stages in life to get to that point, right? For example, when I was younger, I went to school to become a computer engineer. Why? Because of back then, the dot-com bubble and the engineers were almost
Yes.
popular, right? Like either you play basketball, football, Dr. Lord, so forth, or be an engineer. Like this gotcha, I can be an engineer,
Mm-hmm.
so forth. But however, my goal was never to be the best engineer out there. So the question is, why even do it then? If it goes not go it goes not to be the best, why are we doing it? So if it's worth doing, it's worth doing well. Now, granted, I was waiting tables and working on bartending and so forth. But however, so the second part is there's a level to this, right? So
Mm-hmm.
my goal to be a great sales. However, waiting table and so forth, it taught me the the skill set of learning how to communicate with people. It learned me how
Yes.
to understand that, hey, my input affect my output. How good I treat my customers, how much money I can get back, right? Come relationship, they call me sales, so forth. Have money come from other people as well. The ability to create income for myself. Now I say so. Second thing is I say is like understand that there's levels to this. Like the first thing you need to do is investing in ourselves, me. That's me
Yes.
learning my skill set, me building a skill set of learning the ability of selling, the ability to learn to communicate, the ability to learn to influence. That skill set is a time, a period in my life that I need to endure. After that, I can bring value to the marketplace, right? So I
Yes.
think that that is like So the question is, what to myself, I'm saying like Corneilous, it's levels to this. Understand that you learn through the process. This process is not about it, it's about you. What can you learn from the situation? This job here, this opportunity, what can you learn from here? And this gonna build up to all these pieces is gonna build up to something bigger. And really understand like to measure in decades and not years, to measure a long-term play. Like if it's worth doing, do it long term, but I'm saying your skill set you gotta build to get to that point to get there.
That is definitely true.
Yeah, and I think that's what it was. Because when I was younger, I was so impatient. I was like this. I always wanted now, now, now. I mean, I was one of them guys that had like a sit side business card. I can cut grass. I can do your hair. I can move furniture. I can do your taxes. Like what? Like I can help fix credit. What you want to do? Right? I had sit side business card like this, and I was trying to look for that fast fix, and that's where it came from that. But it's time of season to learn to build your own skill set. What skill set can I build right now that it will be last me forever?
That is definitely true. So how important is networking in your business, in your profession today?
I think they always say is your net worth, your network is your net worth, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that it kind of goes in two folds, right? Because of they say like we are a product of our environment, right? In order to grow, you gotta put a plant in the right environment in order to grow, right? A cactus, a flower, whatever thing, it had to be in the right environment. And our networking is our environment. So it's like being in the right environment, how can we grow? So not only as far as personal, but also in business. If you're around a lot of broke people who can't give you money, how can you grow from how can your business grow from that? Exactly like it's true, right? It's like
true.
if you're around a lot of people who overweight, how can you lose weight from that situation?
Mm-hmm.
So it's understanding your environment. Your network is your true environment of all aspects. So I think not only for in business but also in life is how you surround yourself. How can you put yourself in the right environment to get where you want to go, right? So I mean, so it's one of the things like if you're trying to be big, hang around big people, no problem. If you're trying to be millionaires, hang around millionaires. You're trying to be around people who actually gonna get things done, hang around people who get things
done. You
gotta
put yourself in that
circle. Yeah. If you want to get things done, hang around some hustlers and you get things done.
See, that's how the 3-day class changed my life because I was like, wow, this is possible. Granted, growing up, I wanted to do everything anyway. I thought I could do everything, and I still kind of do think that, even though, my grandma said that's not possible. But I feel like I can, keep trying and perfect my craft. Yeah. So that 3-day class, and I said, oh, they have this, they got that, and I can make this much money. What? Yeah. So I put myself in that circle and started making connections. So I agree with you, man. Networking is very important, and putting yourself in that same circle. You don't want to hang around the same people. Your mindset is different from those who are either broke or with money, Yeah. So
and I love that question, like you said, about trying to do everything because of I think that in life we're all trying to say, how do I find myself? I'm doing stuff, find myself, I being myself. But I think in actuality, you will never find yourself. You have to create who you want to be. And saying like, how can you find something that you're creating? You know, find yourself. You gotta create who the person I want to be. If I'm be the Corneilous a billionaire, I gotta create that guy. You gotta create that. So you'll never find yourself.
Man, that's amazing. I did not think of it like that, for real.
I know, man. And I really opened my eyes like this, dude. Like, I got you, right? Trying to find myself. You won't find yourself.
You gotta mold yourself into the person.
Yeah, great. And I think that this kind of comes from growing up without a father, or growing up and without something like I had to create the man who I want to be. I had to take like a buffet, leave like this guy, take what I like and leave what I don't like, and kind of create the guy who I want to be. I'm still creating. Like the guy when I reach 50 years old, I should not be the same guy I am today. I hope I'm not the same guy, right? I hope I'm the same guy like this dude. You still like you guys in high school, 50 years old? No, man.
Nah, that's not
so I think like how to create that guy as we go forward. And like, yeah, create you. And I think that's the hardest part of trying to create something that you want to be, because of you don't only judge, and you can't, it's hard to be as yourself sometimes.
Yes. So for my listeners that want to reach out to you, where could they reach you from, or what's your email, your contact?
Well, so the best way to reach me is Apartment Investing Secrets. That's gonna be our umbrella thing where you can go there and you find all stuff about our way to raise capital, our events, everything will be on the Apartment Investing Secrets. Will probably be the best way to reach. Everything we're doing will be posted on that platform.
Okay. Thank you, Corneilous, for coming to Drinking While Sober. We're happy to have you, man. I want to spread this knowledge to the community, and I'm glad that you came here and been a part of that. Thank you so much.
Thank you for